Shalom. Shalom, Yeshua. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakatham to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. This is your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dallas branch, and in this quick lesson, we're going to get into you have only two choices: fight or quit, right? The only two choices you have within this truth, or keep going or give up. One of the two, right? And that's something you'll learn within your walk, man, right? Because the Lord, because Yahweh Shah, man, he'll take you there, man, to some deep, dark places within your life, right? You'll be in a place in your life that you thought you'll never be, good and bad. There's things that you may end up doing. Matter of fact, more so like falling wise, like you're gonna fall in ways that you never thought you would fall ever. Sometimes you're gonna fall a lot harder than you expected. But are you gonna let them moments pretty much make you quit? Things you gotta ask yourself, man, because if you want to be honest, like the things that the men of the Lord go through, man, it's like, why should you have faith? You're so fucked up, right? You can't do nothing right at times. You have your moments when you're just completely fucking up. It's like, damn, why should I have faith, man? And then you think upon the scriptures, and the scriptures tells you why. But let me go ahead and get this Proverbs, man. This is Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 16. It says, "For a just man follows 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall in mischief." Right? So, a just man, a man that's justified by Yahweh shall follow 7 times, meaning however many times your walk requires you to fall. However many times that is. Right? And rise up again, meaning gets back up no matter what. When it's hard, when it's like, damn, man, I really shouldn't, but you're doing it anyway. You keep trying, trying to do your best to serve Yahweh Shai, even when you're not on your A game. Because honestly, man, that's when it matters the most. It matters the most not when you're on your A game. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful thing when you are on your game, or when you are on your A game. But that real test comes when you're not. When you're put in a lower state, right? There's the things that you were doing, you ain't doing so much anymore, right? And the things that you usually don't do, you end up doing because you're in the flesh. You can only fight for so long before you end up messing up. You end up falling. That's just inevitable, man. So what are you gonna do in them low moments, man? You've been fucking up all week, hell, maybe all day. However the Lord got to say it. You just been fucking up. You ain't been doing the stuff you've been wanting to do. You've been, lower in the spirit. Satan on you. You don't even want to watch videos or some shit. You got to rebuke that. Try to watch the videos. Try to read. Just fighting. You just ultimately just doing the best that you can, man. But what are you gonna do when you are in them low moments, man? Them low moments when you're You probably just be might be in silence sometimes. However you are. Might just be sitting there silent, or you might listen to some calming music or something. Just meditating, like, damn. Are you gonna keep going, or are you going to give up? The choice is yours. And we encourage you as well as you fuse sincere aquaf to keep going, because there's a reward at the end if you keep going, you keep fighting. Ultimately, you not giving up, man. Because this one thing every elect member is going to have in common, that they never gave up, right? What Matthew 24 says, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get that, because I want to get into that word, endure. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. He says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved, man. Right? And endure what? Exactly. Let me see. All right, this is Strong's, what is it? Strong's G 5278, Hupomeno, and let me see. Okay. It says, to preserve under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast to one's faith in Hamashiach, to endure, bear bravely and calmly ill treatments, man. Right? In other words, man, to take, to go through with the to go through the sufferings, to take it, man. What else to say? Remain. Yeah, to remain. You're still here. To undergo, bear trials, have fortitude, endure, take patiently, suffer. Right? So you're going to endure misfortunes, trials, tribulations, right? Ultimately holding fast to one's faith in Hamashiach, as it says, pretty much. Let me see what the Google definition says as well. See if we can get some more off of that. Yeah, I like how it says it. Endure means, this is the Google definition, it says endure means to patiently suffer, right? Tolerate or bear something painful, unpleasant, without yielding. In other words, without giving up. Without giving up. Right? And that's something that the elect gonna all have in common, man. They're gonna continue to serve Yahweh Shem Shai until the end. They're not gonna give up. No matter what. No matter how bad their situation gets, man. You might even get kicked out of the camp. Does that mean you're not a part of the elect? No, it doesn't mean that. But what it does mean, Lord's like, nope, I'm going to just separate you from the body. You just can't be around the body. And that's ultimately between you and Yahweh Shem Shai. Ultimately. Because there's things that Yahweh Shem Shai is going to do within your life that's going to put you really low. Really low, man. Hell, even for me, man. Shit, I ain't gonna act like I'm exempt from that. There's things that I gotta go through that's gonna be even worse than what I'm going through now. And I gotta be okay with it, You gotta be okay with it. Because at the end of the day, we all subject to hope anyways. None of us deserve None of us deserve to be saved, right? By Yahweh, by Shem Shabu. None of us. We get this Romans chapter 8, verse 20 says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him that have subjected the same in hope." So, I think I brought this up in my last lesson too. So, I think I did. I don't know. But, yeah, man. We're subject to vanity, doing vain things. Now, if I'm not mistaken, one of the vanities, one of the similar words to vanity is, if I'm not mistaken, perverse, right? We're subject to being perverse. Let me see. It's like, yeah, let me look at that definition. Let's see what it says real quick. Yeah. This is Strong's G3153. It says mata yates. I'm gonna play it.
Strong's G 3153, Matayates. Matayates.
Matayates. I said it right. And one of the words was perverseness. And when you look up that word, perverseness is, obviously, perverse. And that meaning is showing a deliberate and obstinate desire to behave in a way unreasonable or unacceptable, right? Contrary to accept or expect. No, not that one. Oh, here it goes. This is the other one. It says showing a deliberate and obstinate desire to behave in a way that is unreasonable or unacceptable, often in spite of the consequences, right? So that's one of the things we're subject to, man. We're subject to doing things, knowing the consequences of it, but yet doing it anyway. That's part of the vain things, man. We're subject to doing that. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do is fast and pray, but let's be honest. We're not gonna fully get it until we out of here. Until we are changed. Now, does that mean you shouldn't fight? Of course you should fight to do better. Working on, scripture said, offended less, man. But let's be honest, bro. You're going to offend. And then you're going to offend in ways you never thought you would. That's just simply put like that. There's no escaping it, man. That's all I can say. There's no escaping it. It's just what are you going to do when it does happen? It's not like, oh, man, let me, I'm do everything I can for it not to happen. Yes, you can do your best. But you're going to fall at some point. That's just how it goes. Because if you didn't, then you wouldn't need Yahweh Shai. If you never fail. That's the sucky part about it, man. It's like, damn, like I have to go off in order to need Yahweh Shai. It's a beautiful thing that we do need him. It's just like, it's the process of it all sucks. Because you gotta deal with that, man. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror and you be like, damn, man, you fucked up. And that's something that, we all gotta do within this walk, man. It hits harder, much harder for us because we're actually in the truth and we know right from wrong and we desire to do what's right. The scripture says what spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Right? We desire to do what's right. But this flesh is holding us back, man, big time. And all we can do is continue to hope that, we are counted worthy to, have mercy. Obtain mercy from Yahweh Bashem Shai. Mercy that we don't even deserve. Because, man, there's a lot of things that, you're going to go through when you walk. It's as you grow and it gets harder. Like, I can only imagine what the apostles going through. Hell, I can only imagine what the elders and officers in my camp going through. I'm sitting there, my little couple years in the truth, I'm like, damn, like, what the hell are they going through? Because, I'm going through some shit, but I know they going through some shit. They're dealing with higher level demons than I am because they're built up to that point. I ain't built up there yet. I'm on the way. Lord willing, I continue, but, I'm not up there yet. So there's no telling what levels of demons they got to fight. They got to deal with the faith they have to keep going. You know, that's just how it is in this thing, man. You got your ups, but them downs is what really matters, man. When you low, you calling upon the Lord, you praying and hoping that He has mercy on you. Just keep going. That's all you can really do in this thing, man. Just praying to Yahweh Shem Shai, fasting, doing the things you can, using your tools, and just ultimately, man, hoping that, Lord has mercy on you, man, and continues to grow within, your faith. Because, just going back to basically the title lesson, man, you either fight or you quit, bro. Them are only two options you have, or you either keep going or you give up. Them are only two options you have, and we know what it looks like. What Scripture says about people that quit, pretty much gives up. He that taketh his hand off the plow is not fit for the kingdom of heaven. So if you give up, now it's 100% sure that you're not one of His now, 100%. But if you keep going and you keep trying, keep praying, you keep doing the things you can to the best of your ability, then you have a fighting chance with the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Because you got to remember, the Lord, He's coming to heal us. He's coming to heal His man. The Lord willing I be part of that. He's coming to heal His man. He's coming with healings in His wings, as Scripture say. Right? So that means we got to be fucked up. And it's making you hate this place more, man. Makes you want to get out this place even more. Which is good. Because if you didn't, then you're going to want to be here. You're not going to want this place to go. Like other camps, man. The other camps don't want this place to go. They love it. Or for us, man, we hate it here, bro. We was ready since yesterday. Right? Jake, man, the elect, the hopeful elect, they don't want to be here, man. They don't want to be here. But yeah, man, are you going to keep going? Or are you going to give up, man? Let me get this Sirach 14. This is Sirach chapter 14 and verse 2. It says, "Blessed is he who conscience hath not condemned him, and who is not fallen from the hope in Yahweh Shai." Because ultimately, when you give up, what are you saying? You're basically saying that, Yahweh Shai can't heal me from this. He can't. I'm too fucked up. You falling from that hope. You stop hoping in Him, believing in Him. Faith really is a faithless move to give up. It takes faith for you to keep going. Even when you've messed up the worst you've ever messed up in your life. Whatever that may look like. It requires immense amount of faith to keep going. Right? And don't let you mess up, times in a row. You're just getting beat down. Because guess what? It's going to happen. There's nothing you can do that's going to make it to where, it will never happen. Just think of it as you're prolonging it until it does happen. Whenever the Lord sees fit for it to happen, to be honest. Because it's really not you. If I'm being honest. That's why it's so important, to have faith, man. Praying to Yahweh Shem Shai, He increase your faith. But with Him increasing your faith can be you fucking up. And still, you still got to believe. You got to believe that the Lord can still have, He can still save you from yourself. That's why I pray. I be praying like a lot, man, Lord, that He saves me from me. These chains of darkness that we in. Because ultimately, man, you keep going, it's showing your faith. You been fucked, you messed up, you did this, you did that. It's like, damn, man, like, you did some stuff you don't want brothers to know about or something. Whatever it may be, man, because we all got the secrets. And if you don't worry, you will. You will eventually, because that's just how it is. And And you just pray and hope that Yahweh Shem Shah has mercy on you, man. You ask for mercy, and just keep going. Keep doing the work. Keep praying that he gives his spirit. Like, don't take his spirit from you. Keep praying that he put the spirit on you to, like, do things that are more pleasing in his sight. Things of that nature, man. Because that's all you can really do in this thing. Because if you don't, then what else are you going to do? Give up? You know, Brother Yuan, you know, he says this, you know, I know he usually says this often. Basically, like, what you do now is going to set you up for the kingdom, man. Your legacy starts now. Right? You don't want to be in the kingdom. You have kids and stuff. Like, you're 2/3 in the kingdom, and you have kids, and you just with your head down, man. You're just not honorable. Oh, you gave up. Oh, you don't have to sit there and live with that for eternity. That, man, I gave up. I quit. When I should have just kept going. I stopped believing. You know, these are things you gotta ask yourself, because that's what you're doing. Because when you choose to give up on Yahweh B'Shem Shah because you messed up too bad, I guess, it's like that's like I said, it's a faithless ass move, man. It's a faithless ass move to give up, man. No matter what. Now, if you took the MOTB, that's different, bro. You ain't got no hope at that point. You just chose your God. But everything else, the Lord can have mercy on you on, as far as I know. Right? As far as I know, the Lord can have mercy on you on. If you did not take the MOTB, you can still get mercy from the Lord. And you got to be an Israelite, of course. Let me give it another one. Dang it. Yeah. This is Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 1. It says, "Behold, Yahweh's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear is heavy that it cannot hear." Exactly, man. Yahweh Shem Shah is his arm is not short where it can't save, man. Don't underestimate Yahweh B'Shem Shah, because he's very merciful. Don't get me wrong, but hey, he's just as, great too, man. Like, his judgment is just as great, but he's very merciful, man. Very pitiful. I mean, not pitiful. What's the word? I'm just leaving it there. He really shows mercy, man. Right? He do. If you're one of his, though. If you're not, then nah, he ain't dealing with that. Okay, now I said it right. I'm going to get Sirach chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, "For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sin and saveth in the time of affliction." Exactly. So Yahweh Shem Shah, he's very merciful, man. To his servants. So if you're serving him and you're trying to, and you constantly praying to him every day like you're supposed to, just doing the best that you can, bro, like ain't no amount of scriptures you can know or studying you can do to get your way to the kingdom. Now, give or take, don't get me wrong. Yes, you're supposed to be studying, supposed to be reading, you're supposed to be, trying to level up, or getting to know your power ultimately. But if you're being honest, who's the Lord going to pick? Is the Lord going to pick somebody that knows, all the deepest breakdowns, all the scriptures, but lacking in the faith? Or someone that may know little scriptures, maybe not as much, but he believes, man. He shows it. He believes. He's very brotherly as well. Because it's, as you grow in this thing, man, you really learn. It's so much more than just knowing scripture. It's not even funny. It's a beautiful thing to know the scriptures, man. But like, guess what? You knowing the scriptures is not gonna get you to the kingdom. You know, that's it's more than just knowing the scriptures. Let me say it like that, right? But don't want to stray too far off the topic. You know, yeah, Yahweh Shem Shah, you're very merciful, man. But you got to believe in him, though. You have to believe that he can save you from yourself when the time comes. And you do that by keep going, keep serving, keep fighting, keep enduring. Whatever you have to. Because, like I said, man, Yahweh Shem Shah, he going to try you in ways that you never thought you would be tried before. Hell, you're going to fall in ways you never thought you would fall. You're going to fall harder as you get stronger. So there's going to be bigger kind of fuck-ups you might go through. Now, how often? I don't know. I don't know how often that will happen. It varies for every brother. But every brother got their, things, they got to deal with. But if you give up, though, you quit. Man, you just saying, you basically just, you down the Lord doing that. You giving up. Oh, man, Lord, he can't save me. Oh, man, I'm just too fucked up, man. Don't get me wrong, them thoughts come. But don't let them thoughts fester on to make you quit, because like I got Sirach 14:2, right? Blessed is he who conscience has not condemned him and has not fallen from the hope in the Lord. So if you quit, you fall from the hope in Yahweh Shem Shah. Simple as that, man. Right? Yeah, I understand, man. You can't look at yourself in the mirror. Okay, so what? You got to keep going. You got to keep believing. You got to keep fighting and praying and hoping that he has mercy on you. And praying that you be a better servant. That's all you can really do in this thing. Because we're not going to get it right until we're changed. Once you keep that in mind, man, it helps a lot. But, you're going to have to put it into practice when you are going through them low moments. But anyways, Lord willing, y'all was, exhorted, to keep going, ultimately. Don't give up. Ain't nothing good comes from giving up. Anyways, Lord willing, y'all was exhorted and edified as well. I want to end it off by saying, Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time I say, Shalom, Yesharallah.